Well, juniors, bonjour. Let's do your notes for Saturday, the 16th of October. Alright, party. Let's do some mathematics in English. Right, number one, a third. So when someone says a third of something, what's the meaning, sir? How do you express it in fractions? So in 1 by 1 over 3. So, or 1 by 3. So that is fractions. You express it in fractions. A third. This is expressed in words, this is expressed in fractions, and that's 33.3333%. So that's expressed in percentage, and in real numbers or in numbers it's 0.33. So we saw all that. You should be able to use all these expressions in sentences now. Alright, a fifth, and you will hear them commonly being used. So a fifth is 1 over 5 or 1 by 5, 20%, 0.2. A quarter, 1 by 4, 1 over 4, 25%, 0.25. 3 tenths, 3 by 10, 3 over 10, 30%, 0.3 or 0.3. 3 quarters, 3 over 4, 75%, 0.75. 3 fifths, 3 by 5, 60%, and 0.6. So express the numbers as, or express it as fractions, percentage, and numbers. So you should be able to do all of them. And these are the spellings. So 3 quarters, 3 tenths, a quarter, 2 quarters. 2 quarters is a half. Alright, so let's go on to number 2. So round off to the first decimal. Somebody tells you round off this number, or round it off to the first decimal, or to the second decimal, or to the closest decimal, to the third decimal. So you should be able to do that. You should be able to understand what that person wants, and you should be able to do it quickly. So let's see the first example. So 89.98123 rounded off to the first decimal makes it 89.9 or 89.9. It has been rounded off to the first decimal. That is the first decimal. It has been rounded off to that. Second example, 33.33333333. So you round it off as 33.3 to the first decimal, right? 33.3335 is not 33.4. That is not how you round off. That is bad mathematics, right? So that is inaccurate mathematics. That is 33.3335 is rounded off to 33.3. That is correct. Alright, so decimalize. What's the meaning of decimalize or decimalization? So that happened a few decades ago in most of the countries. Most of the countries before used the imperial system, then they had to go to the decimal system. So what happens? When you decimalize a number, you convert it or you express it as decimals or in decimals. So what is decimal? How does it come? So it comes from deca, 10, or having 10, like decade. A decade is 10 years. Decimalization is when you divide it into tens. Cent, the same way you have cent means what? 100, cent. Per, out of every. For each. So out of every 100, percent. For every 100, for each 100%. Percentage. That's how you get these words. So deca is 10 and cent is 100, or having 100. So we've done this before, but there was some revision for you. Alright, so let's go on to part B, sentence construction. So lot number 1, we shall use these words. So title, victory, classical, adjective, while, and crossed. Okay, so sentences were Beethoven, not Beethoven. Beethoven and Mozart are classical music composers. Okay, they were classical music composers, or no need to use music. Got it. They were, everybody knows who Beethoven was. So Beethoven and Mozart were classical composers. Alright, very good. Number 2, I fall asleep while doing my homework. Right, but is the sentence correct? Yes, but that's not what you're trying to say. Why? Because I explained it to you. That is simple tense. Fall asleep all the time. No, you don't fall asleep all the time. I fell asleep before once while doing my homework. So Excellent. So my new book's title is about historical events. No, that cannot be. Titles cannot be about anything. They are that thing. They are not about it. Like last week we did. The painting or the picture was about or is about. No, the picture is, not is about. Alright, so my new book's title is Historical Events. Alright. That's the title of the book. We defeated them. That makes us a victory. No, that is not correct. That does not make you a victory. It was a victory. We defeated them. That makes us victors. Also, the sentence was we. Why has it suddenly become singular? So, we defeated them. That makes us the victors or just victors. Alright, it was a victory for us, or it was a victory. Okay, and the last for lot number 1 is I think I will cross the mountain. Alright, good sentence. Alright, let's go on to lot number 2. So these are the words we shall look at: through, finite, hike, a third, and nervous. Alright, let's see. And you have to use these words in their correct or in their intended form. Sometimes you do, sometimes you are not able to make those sentences or use those words. It's alright, everybody's learning and improving. Alright, I have a finite amount of erasers. Perfect. They walked slowly through the door, or they walked slowly through the doorway. Alright, doorway is much better. They walked slowly through the door is also correct. It's not wrong. Alright, I was very nervous on my first day of school or my first day at school. Alright, both are okay, both are correct. In fact, a hike in the jungle. Alright, it's correct, but it's really difficult to hike in the jungle. So what you're trying to say is I hike in the woods. So I showed you the difference between jungle and woods. So I hike in the woods, I camp in the woods. I like to camp in the woods, not in the jungle, unless you really mean jungle. But usually you mean woods, not jungle, not forests. Alright, so when I woke up this morning, somebody had eaten a third of my cake. Very good, excellent. So lot number 3. Verb, walk away, and spear. Alright, one of many weapons that Roman warriors had used before was a spear. As I explained, do not make such sentences which go about or which come or which are formed in a roundabout manner. They go round and round, and then by the time you finish the sentence, the listener has forgotten what the beginning of the sentence was. That's not the point of a sentence, to go round and show off your grammar or your vocabulary. So this sentence has bad grammar, bad construction, and is hopeless. One of the many weapons used by the Roman warriors was a spear. That's all. One of the many weapons used by them was a spear, or happened to be a spear. Not is. Alright, so had used, then you put is. Don't understand what you're trying to say, where your time is, where your tense is. It's all bonkers. Alright, I written all my homework down. No, that's not I written. I have written all my work down, or my homework down, whatever you have written down. So have written, focus on the tense and get it right. Alright, she walked away from the house, from her house. Okay, it's correct, it's not wrong, but usually we use walk away from. You leave something and go, you drop it, you say goodbye to it forever. So she left her house is much more accurate, it's shorter, and it gives you the precise meaning. It gives you this exact meaning using less words. So do not use 8 or 9 words to give us meaning when you can use 3 words to finish it off. Alright, so that's all for today's notes. Juniors, please write your notes down. Please watch the other batches videos. You can understand a few things at least. Watch the other grammar videos, etc. that I'm putting up. That's all for this one. Have a good time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Adios.